Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video, it's not going to be about books. Well, actually, it's technically about a movie that is also a book as well, because I watched, if you can't tell by the title of this video, I watched Howl's Moving Castle for the first time yesterday, and I need to talk about it. So, cheers, get some water. Go get some water or something to drink, and I will chat because, wow, I took too much. Because I know, go get your water. Anyway, so I watched Howl's Moving Castle for the first time yesterday. It's actually my second Studio Ghibli film that I ever watched. I watched Spirited Away, I think a couple years ago. And I thought it was just okay. It was fine. It was whatever. I might watch it again. I might give it a second chance because I didn't really like it. But I was bored yesterday afternoon and I was just like, you know what, I feel like watching a movie. So I did. And I stuck on Howl's Moving Castle and it was magical. It was wonderful. It was so cute. Like, I remember thinking all the way through watching this, it is so cute. So for those of you that don't know, we follow our main character Sophie, and she works in a hat shop. I think her late father left it to her. I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember. But anyway, she works in a hat shop, and there is magic within this world. Like, there's witches and wizards and stuff like that. Like, it's not something that's frowned on. And, you know, the place she's living in is sort of on the brink of war. There's always like something happening, and there's like enemy ships flying about everywhere. Anyway, and then one day she is on her way. She is, you know, just walking through the streets, minding her own business, and then these soldiers like try and like hit on her. They're trying to like chat her up and whatever, and then Howl shows up and like gets her out of there and like helps out and whatever. And like he's like flying through the air and she's freaking out, and literally from the second I met Howl, I loved him. But like, this is the thing, right? And I get that Studio Ghibli movies are meant for children. I get that. They're for the kids. They're not meant to be like too deep. It's just, but I personally wouldn't mind if they were a little, like, if we got a little bit more backstory on Howl, I would have loved that. That's really one thing that's just an opinion. That's just me. I'm a character development type of person, and I need to know. When I see a character that I'm just truly fascinated by, I want to know everything about them. Do you know what I mean? That's just me. But Howl as a character, he was so mysterious and just charismatic, and I don't know why, but he gave me Doctor Who vibes. I don't know why, just because he's this strange person. Not everybody knows a whole lot about him. Everybody knows that he's a wizard, and he just sort of parades about in his big mechanical house that just, you know, plods about everywhere. But I feel like this story was mainly about Sophie and like her journey throughout the whole thing, because poor Sophie, she gets turned into an old woman by this witch, and you know, and then she sort of sets off to try and find Howl and be all, hopefully he can maybe try and change her back and whatever. And there's this scene where like she's like hiding in her bedroom, like away from like her friends and stuff at the hat shop. She's like, no one can see me, like this is too, and then she comes out and she's like she's all hunched over and she's like shuffling along. She's like, oh, it's so hard being old. And I'm like, me in my 30s. That is me in my 30s. My goodness, like getting up in the morning, ow, it hurts. Anyway, but I like this whole series, like Sophie and Howl's relationship, and like all the way through, I'm like rooting for Sophie so hard. I really liked Sophie as a character. Like, she was this timid little person at the beginning, and then as the story goes on, she she just becomes this like amazing, strong woman that, you know, like she discovers Howl, and there's this little boy that stays in the house as well, and there's the little flame demon in the fireplace. I know it's still very weird and kooky, but they become like a little family, and it's just so sweet. That is the overall vibe of this film. It is just so sweet and cute, and maybe someone with a few more credentials than me could actually maybe delve a little bit deeper, you know, psychoanalyze a little bit more. I wonder if Cinema Therapy has done a video for Howl's Moving Castle yet. I will need to look into that. I'm sure they have done. But anyway, yeah, it was just so, and I was generally like quite emotional nearly towards the end of this, because like Sophie is such an amazing character. I don't think I've read, I don't think I've watched a good female character that I'm like, doesn't get on my nerves in any way, because usually with a lot of the way a lot of female characters are written, there's certain things they do that gripe me a little bit, but not Sophie. Not Sophie. Like, she really like was staying with Howl, and you know, and then falling for him, and then just being in this house and seeing like, because the house travels around everywhere, and like there's this scene where they're walking by the ocean and she looks outside and she's like, oh, I've never seen this before, like I've never seen water before, like this is so amazing. And I was just like, I can't. You're actually killing me, Sophie, you're actually killing me. And there's no like real villain in this story per se. I mean, like I said, the world that it's sort of set in is like sort of like on the brink of war, and there's like occasionally like enemy ships flying about and stuff like that, like I said, but there's no real like villain. There's no like bad wizard that's like out to get everybody or anything. And I kind of appreciated that, because if they had just thrown one in there, it wouldn't have felt right. And you know how I feel about my villains. But overall, Howl's Moving Castle was probably one of the sweetest, most wholesome movies I have watched in a really long time. And I want to watch more Studio Ghibli. I do. So leave recommendations in the comments of ones you think that I will enjoy. I would totally watch a Howl sequel. Like, I would love another movie about him. Like, if anybody from Studio Ghibli is watching this, please, I would love a Howl sequel. And I do believe there is a book, Howl's Moving Castle, which I will have to read at some point. So let me know any other Studio Ghibli movies you think that I should watch down in the comments. I realize this review is all over the place, but I just wanted to sit here and gush for a second, because Howl is everything to me now. And yes, I love him, and I will be watching this movie numerous times for months to come. It's one of my comfort movies now. So yes, thank you all for watching. All my socials are down below as always. Twitter, TikTok, my Instagram with the fundraiser. So go over to my Instagram and please give what you can, because we really need to help out. So anyway, and subscribe if you are new. Obviously I'm working over the weekend, so that now my next video will be next Tuesday. But yeah, I hope yous are all well. Hope you're doing okay. And I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.